Casey Neistat has one of the fastest growing YouTube channels right now. It was only recently where he sort of embraced the whole YouTuber title. Before that, he would call himself a filmmaker, but now he considers himself a YouTuber. Now, one of the most popular questions that he gets is what he films with. So in this video, I'm going to try to break down all of the gear that he uses to film his videos. Now, I'm going to have links to all of the equipment that I mentioned in the description box down below, so you guys can check those out if you guys are interested. The camera that Casey uses is the Canon 70D. Now, he uses this for a couple of reasons. The first reason is it has really good image quality. You know, it's DSLR quality, so it has a bigger sensor than a lot of the point and shoots that you get out there that film good video at least. And you just get good performance overall. It is a little bit bigger, but Casey mentions in one of his videos that he always films with the best gear that he can. And I guess the 70D is a good balance between size and performance. So it is a little bit bigger, but I guess he appreciates the extra quality that you get from shooting with the Canon 70D. The Canon 70D also has a flip out screen, which allows him to look at himself when he's filming a video. And it also has amazing autofocus in video in terms of a DSLR. In fact, I think it has probably, one of the best if you're not considering the professional cameras like the 7D Mark II or the Cinema line of Canon cameras. And those don't have flip out screens that can face you. So the Canon 70D right now is the best choice for Casey. In terms of lenses, I've seen him use two lenses. The first one is the Canon 10 to 18 millimeter lens. This is a 4.5 to 5.6 lens with image stabilization and an STM motor, which makes it very good when paired up with a Canon 70D because it gives you that smooth autofocus in video. Now, I've also seen him use the Canon 10 to 20 millimeter lens, or Canon 10 to 22, I'm not exactly sure, which is a more expensive lens, but it does not have STM like the 10 to 18 does. I'm actually using the 10 to 18 to film this video right now. It's a fantastic lens, and I believe he still uses the 10 to 18 more because it's a little bit lighter, it's got better autofocus, and in one of his recent giveaways where he gave away essentially the camera and the lens that he uses, he didn't give away the 10 to 20, he gave away the 10 to 18 millimeter, which makes me believe that he's still using that lens for himself as well. In terms of the mics that he uses, I've also seen him use two different mics. He started off using the Rode VideoMic Pro, which is Rode's top of the line camera mounted shotgun microphone. So these are easy to use, almost plug and play. You just plug it in, you mount it on top of your DSLR, and then you plug it, and then you get better audio instantly. And this is sort of the high end of that type of microphone. And so I've seen him using the Rode VideoMic Pro, but in one of the videos where his audio failed, he actually switched to the Shure VP83, which I'm using to film this video right now. Now, I've seen him go back and forth between the two. I believe he has a lot of Rode VideoMic Pros sitting around maybe, but in one of his recent videos, I still saw him using the Shure VP83. So those are the two mics that I've seen him use. They both sound good. I have a video review of the Shure mic that I use myself, and you can't go wrong with either of them. Now, the last thing that completes his standard vlogging setup is the Joby GorillaPod. Now, the GorillaPod is a cool little tripod that you can sort of shape to whatever you want. And the cool thing about this is you can place it on different level surfaces. If a surface isn't level, you can still straighten the tripod very easily. You can wrap it around things. I've seen people do that. And the Joby GorillaPod also comes in different sizes. And the size that he uses for his DSLR is the SLR size, which is the strongest one, and is able to hold up his Canon 70D with his 10 to 18 and also the mic on top of his camera. And that sort of completes his vlogging setup. Now, a few other things that he has used in the past, and I guess he still uses sometimes, are his point and shoot cameras. And again, there are two that he uses and two that he mentions a lot. There is the Sony RX100 series. The current one is the Mark IV, and there's the Canon G7X. Now, Casey says that the Sony has superior image quality. It shoots in 4K, it's got a very good lens, and overall it just shoots very, very well. But he also does say that the Canon just feels a little bit more robust and hasn't let him down. And that's what I've seen from other vloggers as well. The Sony looks a lot better, but the autofocus in video is a little bit slower. It makes a little bit more noise when you're zooming in and zooming out, whereas the Canon doesn't do that sort of stuff, but only shoots in 1080p, not 4K. It has fewer frame rates, and in terms of the image quality is lesser, but in terms of reliability, I've seen everyone say that the Canon is just a little bit better. So it depends on what style of vlogging you like to do, whether you want to choose the Sony or the Canon. So that's it for this video, guys. Again, if you guys are interested in anything that Casey uses, I'm going to have everything linked to in the description box down below. And hopefully this answers one of the most popular questions that is out there, and that is, what equipment does Casey Neistat use to film his vlogs?